This crazy. This what you? I never thought you would be like this.
I'll be nervous. I'm always nervous though.
Every time you record, okay.
It's not nervous that like I'm not gonna speak well. Or I'm not gonna. It's just like just wanting to. It's kind of like football, like same way before the game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's same. It's the same feeling. You just want to do well.
Mm-hmm.
You know your stories. You know what you want to get across.
Yeah.
It's just doing well.
All right.
Okay.
You ready, Wesley?
You ready?
I'm gonna turn that off real quick.
Oh.
Not stirred. Come on, we'll go
I'm
on.
gonna do another stir too.
Okay.
You gotta turn all them platforms notification off.
Yeah. Well, not really. I just turned on Do Not Disturb. I was making sure that video had posted to my Instagram and Facebook story.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure that's facing it.
Okay.
That one connected to that camera?
No, it's by itself.
Oh, okay. That is really a good mic though, bro.
Think so?
Yeah, cause I used that audio for the only
video?
Yeah, the video, it was good. You ready?
I just don't want it to cut off again, so I'm gonna have a backup.
Oh yeah, I feel you on that.
Oh, like go dead.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
I guess I hadn't charged it the last time,
Oh.
so we went 3 videos deep, and like the middle one, I caught it and it was dead. So that whole 10-minute section we lost. But he was recording on his laptop,
Oh, okay.
so he just used the audio from the laptop
Mm.
over this angle, so it worked out. But,
That's
You ready? It's on.
Yep, we're ready. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Kaymon Farmer here once again with another episode. And today, man, we got a very, very, very special guest with us. We got a 903 legend, Pittsburgh legend, women's NCAA basketball legend, Kiara Wright. What's up, Kiara?
What's up, y'all?
So I feel like this has been kind of like long overdue, but it's perfect timing. I
Yeah.
feel like everything is always perfect timing. I feel like you've been doing some really great things coming from like where you come from, me knowing you. And to be able to elevate to where you're at now, I always think it's always very special to tell those stories because you never know like who you would help.
Right.
So I greatly appreciate you having the courage to come on the show today. And so before we even get deep into it, let's talk about growing up in Pittsburgh, Texas. We grew up together,
Yes.
but I want to hear from like your perspective, and I want you to share what it was like to the people that may not know like those East Texas tight knit communities.
Yeah. Just by where I am now in Fort Worth, 100% wish my kids grew up in Pittsburgh and not Fort Worth because I don't know, it's just that small town feel basically. And really when I think of growing up, I think of youth sports, little league sports, like real big part of my childhood. All the memories I think about today are from the friends I made in little league sports, what I learned in little league sports, and just competing and wanting to be a winner basically. But I love my city. I wish I still lived here. It's just like, I don't know, the resources and the type of jobs and stuff. I don't know, but growing up in Pittsburgh, I don't know, what's your favorite part about growing up in Pittsburgh?
I think you hit it like you never grow up. I feel like you don't really grow up here without the support that's needed.
Yeah, the support.
Like no matter if you are born into that family or not, like I feel like especially with little league sports, you're not gonna go without. Especially if you got a coach that knows your background or know who you are. Like they may take you upon their wings.
Yeah.
Like you just never go without.
Yeah.
So I really do love that about that. I love that it does teach you how to be social. You know, because you are seeing people. You gonna see that person each and every day.
Yeah.
Either it's at school or at Brookshire's or at a game. Like you gonna see those people, so it teaches you how to build relationships. At the end of the day.
Yeah, and plus this is where all my people is from here. Like my daddy from Chicago, and so I do got like siblings and stuff down there. But when I'm thinking about where I live right now, I don't have my family there, and so I know when I come to Pittsburgh, I know I'm gonna see my auntie, my grandma, my uncle, everybody here, and so this is always home to me.
Yeah, that does make a difference, man, because if you think about it, like when we're growing up, those are our biggest influencers, our biggest cheerleaders,
Right.
like at the end of the day. And so I think, and I thought about this the other day, I was like, dang, like a lot of my biggest influencers helped me get to where I am today. They may not be here as they passed on, or, you know, it's just those memories will always live on to be like, oh, that's how I got here.
Yeah.
Those are the people that, you know, spoke life into me when I probably didn't have the confidence and the courage to go out there and do the things. But hearing their voice, seeing those memories with them, like, it just makes me emotional, but also it makes me like, it keeps me driven at the end of the day.
I feel like it made me feel like important, because I don't come to Pittsburgh without seeing 100 people who know me, like who know my people. Because I'd be at Brookshire's and they'd be like, "You Tamika daughter? Or, you look like Kane." Like, you know, I'm like, yeah, that's my mama, that's my daddy. And so, you know, in a bigger city, I don't know too many people. But yeah, when I come home, I just love being here. When I was growing up here, I'm like, oh, I hate being here. It's nothing to do. But like as you get older, it's just like, dang, this is my safe space here.
Yeah, it's definitely a safe space. I feel like East Texas as a whole, as I'm getting more and more rooted into East Texas, I love it. Like, I love it so much because it's like it's still a tight-knit community because everybody know each other.
Yeah.
And so you may have family in one town, family in another town, so the word spreads so fast. So all you got to do is just find a way to, and I had to get very creative with the resources that I had to create a lane for me to provide for me and my family because, there's some jobs out here, but it may not be the best fit for me and my talents. So I honestly, I know exactly what you mean when you say, you know, the jobs and the resources, this and that, it may not be here, and it may not be the best fit for where you're trying to go in your future.
Right. But I mean, in education, because that's what I am now. I'm a teacher. That's everywhere. So I mean, I could come down here and be a teacher too, but I don't know. It's something that I thought about. I'm still thinking about it, because as you get older, like some people that I looked up to, like Val Harris, she came back. Like, she moved. She was from here. She moved, then came back to coach and teach here. I mean, that would be something that I would want to do, but I'd feel like want it. Like, people gotta like pursue, you know, me too. But I don't regret growing up in East Texas, and also East Texas produced the best athletes too.
I agree with you on that. I do. I had went and did a signing day at Longview. What was that? Yesterday, the day before, and two of the best running backs, you know, from the state and the nation came from Longview back-to-back years. You know, the rankings may not have. His name is Boozy. May not have him as one of the top running backs in the nation. But Taylor Tatum, he was the number one running back in the entire nation. But Boozy, this past year, he broke all the records for Longview. And Longview has, like, some of the best running backs to ever come through East Texas in the state and the nation. So
And he went number one?
He wasn't number one. But, I mean, I don't know. It's just, you know, a lot of different things. Yeah, a lot of different things. But that just what you're saying, like, I do feel like East Texas, we breed a lot of the best athletes, and I feel like it has a lot to do with everything that we was just talking about. You know, having that support, having somebody believe in you, and at the end of the day, like, I feel like having that pedigree too, because the pedigree gonna continue to move on, and that's something I want to talk to you about with y'all's kids, and we can say that for later on, but like, they got that pedigree, they really do.
But also, too, going back to what you said, too, I think we breed the best athletes, too, because we do more than one sport. Like, growing up, I had to do, like, when it came to organized sports, I had to do 3 sports. Like, almost, they wouldn't even let you play one without...
They wouldn't?
They would. I can't remember. It's a long time ago, but I feel like I had to do track, basketball, and volleyball. I know some of them lead into the off-season and others, but they didn't care. Like, we had to do it, and I think that played a big part in it, too, because... we training like year-round for different things, and it's different skills for everything. You mix them all together, and then that's who you are, really.
That's real too, cause like, and Eric Walker, which is one of my biggest influencers as well. He was telling me how, like, I played football like I played basketball. Like I was out there crossing dudes over, trying to get around them, you know, because they was much bigger than me. And he made me realize that. I was like, dang, like I did pick up a lot of skills through basketball. Basketball is my favorite sport. That translated to another sport, and so I am for that. I know some people, they got different, you know, perspectives about it, but I am for the multi-sport, especially basketball. Because you running, jumping, defending, like all of that, and I feel like that does translate.
Yeah, it do. I feel like it do, but when you get up to like, I keep using Fort Worth as a reference because that's where I am, but like my husband played basketball. He never played, well, I'm not going to say never. When it came to high school, he was just straight basketball. So it's like, I don't really agree with that. I mean, if you only good at basketball, yeah, focus on basketball. But if you can do multiple things, then why not do it? Keep you in shape, help you compete. But yeah, I'm always gonna be for multi-sport athletes, basically.
Yeah, I love the multi-sport athletes as well. And so moving forward, man, like, what were some challenges that, you know, y'all faced, you, your family faced, you know, growing up here in Pittsburgh?
Some challenges, off the rip, I'm gonna say my mama and my daddy weren't together all the time. So my daddy could be staying here, my mama could be staying here, and we got to split. Like, my brother usually went with my daddy, and I always had to go with my mama. So I missed a lot of time, like, with my dad, because I'm like, oh, you a girl, you can't hang out with the dudes and stuff like that. And so I would say not having, like, a two-parent household in my younger years. My mom and my daddy together now, but like in the in the younger years, that plus I'm just saying because we passed that. But yeah, my daddy sold drugs, and the negative effects, I guess, going to prison. He went to prison for he missed 6-7 years of our life for drugs. And then the main thing is, growing up, my big brother is still incarcerated, and he committed a crime, and he doing the time, long story short. And so he didn't really take the sports route. He took a different route, and he was in the streets, and it led him to where he is now. Not talking down on my brother, but that was a big, huge challenge. Like, because that's who grew up in the house with me, you know. And so him not being with us to like experience the things that we did experience when it got good in life for us too, it's a big challenge. But yeah, those are the main things we experienced, I guess. Those are the challenges. And aside from that, like mental health, like my favorite uncles in the world have like mental health disabilities, if you want to call it. And so that take a big toll on like your family too, cause it's like, what, long story short, it's challenging to have that kind of running your family too. But other than that, those are the main challenges I can remember off the top of my head.
But
what about you?
I see a lot of strength in those challenges, because it made, like, it always go back to make you who you are. It didn't. Right. It could have completely broke you, like, especially, you know, your dad going to jail, your brother doing the crime, like, you know, not having those male figures that have been big influences in your life could have definitely broke you as well. But I would say I have some similarities with that. I did have a male figure in my household, my stepdad. So I'm very, very thankful for that. I feel like every kid, especially little boys, should have some type of male figure, you know, in their life. So I'm very thankful for that. My dad stayed in Dallas with his wife and my sister, and I had 2 little sisters that I stayed with here in Pittsburgh with my mom and my stepdad. So that was great. Although, you know, I felt like at times where, you know, my sisters had their mom and dad together. I didn't really have that. But I still had a great relationship with, you know, with my stepdad and his family. And kind of going back to growing up in Pittsburgh, like, his family always accepted me. So I always felt like I had a lot of support when it came to that. But I always had that mental thought of like, dang, like this, you know, like. But other than that, you know, being around the drug environment, stuff like that. not talking down on nobody or
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
like
no,
that, you know. But
it's the truth.
yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes my mama don't want me talking
Oh.
about that much.
It's popular in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Not popular.
it was.
Growing up,
You
like
gonna get
I
some
don't
money
know too
done.
many people who didn't.
Yeah, you
really.
gonna-
So I mean, that's the truth. We ain't talking
Yeah.
down.
Nah, we not. But
Nobody.
I think that is pros and cons with it. But there's a lot of pros that I gained from being in that environment.
Pros of
Yeah, a lot of
being
pros.
in the drug.
A lot of pros. Seeing how to take risks, seeing how to be your own like business owner, entrepreneur, seeing how to provide value, whatever value, seeing how to get people, win people over as we call them raving fans, to where they're coming back more and more and more because you're taking care of them.
Yeah.
Like all of that, and then saying like providing for your family, like
Yeah,
providing
that's the
for
main
yourself.
thing.
Yeah.
Like it ain't like, oh, I'm just doing this just because.
Nah.
Yeah, we was growing up. I feel like when I was with my dad, sometimes I wasn't struggling, but it was just my mama. We were struggling. Not saying my daddy let her struggle, but they not together, so he taking care of us and our needs. And so we bounced around a lot. Houses moved. Growing up, we probably lived in like 10, 11 different
Damn.
houses aside from like the projects. We only got like 2 or 3 apartments or like projects here. I lived in all of those.
Me too.
Aside from like, we just moved a lot, and I don't know why. I never asked why, but I know for sure when they did end up together, that's when we stayed like in this house for 3 years. Like the more that they were together, the longer that we stayed in those houses. But when they were split up, we were just, I guess, trying to make it. You know, this house might have got too expensive. Okay, we gotta move. Like, I don't know. I didn't ever ask, but I don't know. I love every house I stayed in. I made friends all around, every single place we was. Like, one of my best memories is living in Lakeside. I don't even know what it's called now. They might have changed the name. But me and my brothers, we used to hoop outside on the monkey bars. Like,
Dang, I remember that.
We used to hoop, shoot
didn't
in
see
between
that.
the monkey bars. And so, I don't know, like, growing up, it was some of the best times of my life. For real.
Yes.
I miss that because nobody be outside. My kids, like, I'm scared to let my kids go outside because I don't know what's going to happen to them. Like, mom, they ain't really care. Like, go outside. Like, we be outside having a blast. But
Wow. Dang, I forgot all about the monkey bars.
I'm talking about hanger in the door
I
at
remember
home
that
with
too.
the sock by the sock
Yeah.
up. Yeah, we used to get down.
Dang, that's amazing that
Yeah.
you really bring it up.
Oh yeah.
Nah, I enjoyed my childhood.
Yeah.
I remember my mama asked me, she sat me down one day and she asked me, how was my childhood? I had a wonderful childhood.
Yeah.
Despite all the challenges and stuff, but other than that, I had a wonderful childhood.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
I'm gonna say the same thing too. Yeah, you got rough patches here and there. You struggle here and there, but I ain't gonna say I ain't want for nothing. But my daddy selling drugs or whatever, I didn't really want for anything, and I had all my people. Like, I ain't have no losses. Like, I didn't have people pass away throughout my childhood until I got like in high school or something like that. So I really had. I don't have a big family, but the family I do have, we was tight. Tight. On Christmas, I'm going to my auntie house. Like, we was tight. And so, like, when you get older, you're like, dang, people pass on. You don't got the places to go no more. There's nothing to do here. It's like, dang. But, yeah, I reminisce on my childhood a lot here in Pittsburgh. Can't imagine growing up nowhere else, really.
Yeah, me either. I don't think it would be the same. Like, it wouldn't feel the same, obviously, because we haven't experimented that. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to grow up anywhere else
Right.
either. So, but that being said, man, like, you made it out of Pittsburgh. Before you made it out, let's talk about like the whole basketball. Actually, let's go back. High school basketball. Like, what was that experience like playing with Coach Manley, and then the classes that you played with? Like, y'all was pretty great, actually.
Yeah.
Like, what was that like?
So, backing up before Coach Manley came, because Coach Manley, shout out Coach Manley, she gave the Pittsburgh basketball program structure. Like, before her, the coaches that I had, we was just kind of going through the motions. Yeah, it was kind of political because, like, I wasn't on varsity right away. Like, there were other people who might have been better, I don't know. But those people who were on varsity were like seniors, and I feel like the best people
Should have been on
should
varsity.
be on varsity. I don't care if you're a freshman. I don't care what happened. Like, I mean, if you're not passing, obviously you're not gonna play. Whatever. But I didn't start off on varsity, but we was just doing whatever. Like, it wasn't no structure. Like, we're not focusing on basketball. We're not focusing on sports. I mean, our schoolwork. Like, I failed 6 weeks before Coach Manley came, but so when she did come, she taught, I don't know, I can't speak for everybody else, but she taught me the importance of student athlete. Like, no, you can go to parties, you can do whatever, but whenever it's time for games, practices, you're going to be here. You're going to be on time. I remember her first year she came, we all went out to, what's it called? What was the little yellow?
Occasion?
No. In Pittsburgh, it's the old Runs. I can't remember. They used to call it something, not the teen club. I don't know.
Not the little hole.
Not the little hole. It's that little place where I had them fights at. Anyways, we had a tournament the Saturday morning, and we all decided to go out Friday night. I ended up having like 2 fights that night. Cut my knee up, black eye, all type of stuff. The next morning I had to get on the bus because mom like, no, you still got to go to your game. And so I got on the bus. I couldn't even play. She like, you can't even, Coach Manley, you can't even walk straight. What are you doing? Like, I couldn't even play. And so after that, I'm like, if you're going to be out here, you ain't wasting people's time. Like, if you're going to be out here, if this is what you're going to choose to do, you got to let go of all those old ways and, like, be a student athlete. So, yeah, Coach Manley, I know people have their mixed opinions on the Manleys or whatever, but for me, Coach Manley was good for me. She introduced me to AAU basketball. Like, I ain't have no desire to, I don't want to say no desire to play college ball, but I ain't have no desire to play select ball, to do extra, right? I'm just doing it because my mama making me. But she's the one who introduced me to this coach named Marty Murphy, RIP Marty Murphy, but his AAU basketball team. And we didn't really, my daddy is in prison at this time, so we didn't really have the money to pay for it. And so he was nice enough to let me on the team and then charge. So that's how I played one year at AAU basketball. I got 10 basketball offers in one summer.
Wow.
One summer, and I be thinking like, dang, imagine if I would have been played, 8th grade, 9th grade year.
4th grade.
Literally.
They be playing early these
yeah,
days.
for real. They be playing early. But
Dang.
I'm like, imagine if I would have played, it took it serious, because I didn't really do nothing extra. Like, I wasn't in the gym.
None of us really.
None of us.
We was in the gym, we wasn't in the weight room.
But then y'all, like, boys will go play pickup. Like,
Yeah, we
I remember
would
y'all
play
go play pickup all day, every day. Girls it wasn't no girls just going and doing that. Unless one girl here and there go play with the boys. But it wasn't really something that we did. But yeah, growing up, high school basketball, my 10th grade year is when my daddy went to prison. So it was really just my mama. So my mom and dad was at every single game from Little League all the way up until he went to prison. And so if it was a day where me or my brother played the same day, they'll split. My daddy will always go to Kendall games, and then my mama will come to my games. But whenever Coach Manley and them came, my daddy went to prison like after that year. And it was really just my mama, and she still came. She still did what she could. Like, I don't remember, but 3 games in my whole career that my mama wasn't there, and she didn't come, and she sent somebody in place of her not coming because where Kendall was playing, whatever the case was. But Coach Manley and them brought some structure to Pittsburgh athletics, to me, my opinion, when they came, because we was just out there. Athletic, people was just athletic, and athletic as hell, but no structure.
Yeah.
And so I feel like she brought some structure to the athletic girls program. What's your
my
thoughts
take
on it?
is like it brung like a lot of fresh blood. Cause I remember when they first came, I was in 8th grade, and then that first year, the football season, that's when Mark and Kendall and all them, they went like deep into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So it just gave us more pride. Cause we always wanted to be a Pirate. Like that's what we grew up wanting to be. I didn't want to be nothing else but a Pirate. Mm-hmm. And so growing up and get to that point when they came in, and then the football program would change. The basketball program always been what it was.
Yeah.
And so it was always one of those things where like I thought back, like they just enhanced the experience for us.
Yeah.
And it was great. Like you said, they like Coach Manley. I remember one time, and I thought about this the other day. Coach Manley took me. It was like 4 others, and I want to say Mitch, all to this quarterback camp. It was a quarterback camp. It wasn't even I ain't no quarterback. It was a quarterback camp. It was the top quarterbacks in like the region or state of Texas or whatever at SMU. So we all out there. We the only ones running routes. The Pittsburgh wide receivers the only one running routes for these quarterbacks. I ended up playing with one of those quarterbacks in college, so it was crazy.
That's cool.
And so just thinking about that, him taking us there, staying in the hotels, stuff like that. Like coming from the country, like we weren't used to that.
No, that was fun. Like AAU ball, I rode with Coach Manley because we were practicing like Mesquite, and she would be nice enough, because her daughter wasn't on the team, but she would be nice enough to take me to practices or link me up with somebody to ride with them. I met this girl named Brittany in Winsboro, and I would ride with her and her mom to practices in Mesquite once a week and stuff like that. And that's a whole different world. Like getting outside of Pittsburgh and going up. So we traveled to, that was my first time. I went to like Atlanta for the first time for AAU. So that was like a whole different world for me, because I ain't never go nowhere besides Chicago because I got, family out there. But that AAU world, it was different. But I'm very thankful for Coach Manley and what she brought to the athletic program, because I ain't gonna say without them coming, but I don't know if I would have got any scholarships or offers had they not have came, because the coaches that we did have there before, I don't think that we would have had that. So I'm grateful for them. They did a lot for me, and we started winning. We started winning too. That's the main thing.
Y'all was winning.
Yeah, like I hadn't even been to the playoffs before they came. So, and we went deep in the playoffs. So yeah, they, like you said, enhanced the athletic program when they came.
Yeah, it's like they just brought a different feel to it, like that fresh blood. So
they brought all their people too. Like
did.
all the coaches, they brought whole coaching staff.
You know what's crazy though? Like that whole coaching staff, when y'all senior year, when I was a sophomore, I was on varsity and we went to the state semis. That whole coaching staff, majority of them are head coaches. Mm-hmm. So that tells you that was a really great coaching staff that they brought. Mm-hmm. And so you gotta have like the great coaching staff to really thrive, because Coach Manley can't do everything. Mm-hmm. You gotta depend on other coaches. So man, it's so much. It's still so. I look at the girls like here. It's still so many athletic girls. It really is.
I ain't seen it in a while.
I see it, and it's just like, dang, like they need that program, that structure. I feel like they
people
need them
be telling me to come. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's something that I think about often. Like it's like people who are from here leave, come back to give what they learned, to teach what they learned and what helped them. And so I feel like it's necessary, but
it gotta work both ways too, because like the decision makers, they have to be willing, like you said, pursue you and give you the reins to kind of like run the program like it can be ran.
And I don't feel like they don't do that good enough.
Yeah,
here
I can see
for
that.
Me. Like, why would you not want somebody who grew up in this area? And I ain't gonna say successful. I'm just saying.
I would say successful.
I ain't gonna say successful, but like made it through all of that. Why I can't? Like I can give my game, like give what I learned and what helped me. And not saying I know everything, but we need tools to get through here, because Pittsburgh, it's small. Like it ain't a lot of tools here for people who are growing up like I grew up. Yeah. Basically.
And I see it's a lot of talent here from what I see.
Really?
Yeah, it is. It is. It really is. It's just like even after y'all, like my sister and all of them, like it was just still talent just coming through. And it's just like they're not thinking, oh, I can go take this talent to the next level. Mm-hmm. A lot of them not thinking that. So they're not going to pursue the high school level with that mentality, with that intensity. So,
because thinking back, I was never thinking I'm going to go play college ball. Like my mama and my daddy always was like, y'all going to play sports. Like you have to be good at it because we can't pay for you to go to college. So we're gonna put you in these sports every year because we know. I know Kendall is athletic. I wasn't athletic growing up, so I had to work every year at these and get better at these skills. But every single year there was progression in every single sport that I played, and so I don't know. I just feel like being in Pittsburgh, if you want to go to the next level sports wise, you gotta know, somebody gotta teach you. Somebody gotta teach you how to get through it every single year. You know, you gotta have somebody to look up to, somebody who knows. Because people can just be out here like the little league coaches, they can just be out there, you know. But I don't know. I feel like you gotta experience it.
You do
to be able to teach it to people.
Yeah, you really do. I feel like my whole motivation going to college was like all the people I looked up to, they went to college, and it was just like it's my time now, I guess.
Yeah. I just didn't even. I don't know. It came to when I got those offers, then I'm like, oh,
it's real.
Like I can really go to college for free, like. They always say you gonna go, you going to college, but it was real when I got those offers. Like people do want me on their team, so I'm like, okay, this is something that I'm gonna do. Cause I'm like growing up, I'm like I'm not growing up from like high school to college. I'm like I ain't really good at nothing besides sports. So I'm like, why would I not pursue sports on another level?
Well, that was a great decision.
Yeah.
So, like, let's talk about, like, kind of transitioning into college now. Like, you had the AAU. It was after you graduated, I'm assuming, correct? Or
what?
Was it,
AAU?
Yeah. Was it
I started my junior year in high school, and I just played that one summer.
Okay. So, going into your senior year, that's when you picked up those offers?
Offers, and I signed early. Okay. November, I can't remember when it was, but I signed early, so I knew where I was going to go.
Perfect. And so, why Tarleton?
Man, it was out of D1 Southern Illinois, and then Tarleton State was my final two that I narrowed it down to, and so I went on a visit at Tarleton, and I ain't gonna lie, it was nothing that I was like. It was country, but it was all like cowboys. Like I didn't see too many black people, but it felt good. Like everybody treated me great. I kind of felt like I was at home, and it was close to. Keep in mind, it's just my daddy in prison, my brother in prison, is just my mama. So I really kind of want to stay where she can drive, get to me, but like kind of a little far away, so she ain't my business too. So I chose it just because that visit. Like I took a visit and it just felt like home. It felt great. So I don't know. My Coach Manley wanted me to go D1. It looked good, you know. I recruited somebody to go D1, but it was just like I can't go to Illinois, and I know my family ain't gonna be able to come. Yeah. I'm big on having support at my games too. Like I can call you to come. Like my mama could pull up, come clean my apartment, like stuff like that. I'm big on that, but it just felt like home to me, and I feel like I made the right decision.
Well, you got the most out of it. So let's talk about going into it. Like, what was that transition like from the high school to the college?
Ooh, I lost like 50 pounds. That one from when I got to Tarleton.
I do remember that though.
Boy, it was a big transition. I didn't have a car, so I was walking to practice. Let me back up. I went in the summer. Like I went early so I could get like a little extra work in. So I was with the trainer. He had me doing kettlebell swings. Like I never lifted weights with my teammates. He had me off to the side doing something totally different because I was overweight. So for a whole hour, I got like 40 seconds rest. I can't remember. But I was just doing kettlebell swings. Snatches, swings the whole time for like 3 months. While everybody else did benching, they doing what they supposed to be doing, but I was doing something else because it was like, we got to get you in shape. Because the lady who recruited me, Coach Wilson, she was just like, she a monster. She a monster on the boards. Like, they saw the potential in me like early. And so it was a big transition from like high school where, okay, you run down and back suicides doing like that, then going in here and like actually getting in the weight room and like training for the, because it's a different level. It's a whole
for real, though.
whole different level. But the transition to college, I remember I took the church bus. The church bus took me, my Bible Way church bus. My mama and a lady drove me with my things to college because it was rough when my daddy went to prison. So I moved. They have apartments there. I moved into an apartment. I took some summer courses before because I was behind in the classroom. Like I wasn't taking it serious in high school. My GPA was low. I didn't score that high on the what's it called?
The
SAT, and so I had to do like some remediation classes in the summer.
I had
to do like 3. I kind of came on like, what's it called? Not suspension. I came on like a
academic suspension.
Not suspension, but it's like a trial. Like I had to pass with this and all of that. But yeah, it was 2 totally different, high school, college, 2 totally different levels. It's just different. Like for real, college.
So what was it like finally getting into the groove of playing with the team and like, you know, talk about like your first games, first season. What was that like? What was the pace like?
So my freshman year, I wasn't redshirted, so I played every game. Yeah, I played every single game. That senior group, my freshman year, helped me so much. I was, of course, I was overweight, so like running a mile, they're like, you got to run a mile, you got to make it in under 16 or whatever. It was hard for me. Hard, I'm talking about walking. Like they came, like those seniors, they finished, they came back to run and finish with me, and so I'll never forget that. But getting in the groove of things, my freshman year, it was rough academic wise still for me. Like I had to get a tutor. Some of my teammates was tutoring me in math. Math was a struggle for me.
Was it that you just wasn't getting it, or you just wasn't putting the effort because you was still
both? Because it's hard juggling.
Yeah, it is.
Your schoolwork, because those they ain't gonna hold you accountable for being there. Like if you're not there in class, then
next person up.
Then
you're talking about in class.
In class, like it don't really matter, but.
Yeah.
You missing content, like you missing curriculum, and so I ain't really take it serious going. Like I ain't have nobody there to be like at first, like you get up and make sure you go to class until I failed. Till I failed I keep wanting to say 6 weeks, that's high school, until I failed a semester. And so that was my sophomore year. Really, that was an eye opener for me because I had to sit out. Like that's 3 months that I'm on the scout team. I'm on the scout team playing. I'm not playing. I can't sit on the bench. I can't ride to the games with the team. And so really that's what changed. I mean, it opened up my eyes. Like if you're gonna keep playing, you got to take this serious. Like they gave me a tutor and everything. Like I was on like I had a hold on something because they take you serious. They started to take it serious when they seen me. I'm like the first person that didn't pass, like on the girls' team, because they super smart. I wasn't super smart. I had to learn to be disciplined. Like you get up. I don't care if it's 8 a.m. You got to get up because we're gonna have practice 6 a.m. sometimes. You got to get up, go to practice, go to class. If you don't go to class, you're not going to pass. Like you don't know when it's time to take them tests. Like you don't know what's on there. Like you're gonna have to be disciplined enough to get up and go to your classes. And so I did. After I failed, it was a horrible feeling.
What your mama say when you failed?
Luckily, my mama, I ain't gonna say she let me go through. She let me go through everything that I went through. So yes, you're gonna bump your head. Like she let me bump my head, but she was always there to support. So, girl, go to class. Like I know how you feel. Like that was a rough patch for me.
Yeah.
3 months. Like I'm just dry going to class. I ain't playing no sports to cancel that out. I'm just really going to school for nothing because I'm in college to play sports. That's in my head. I'm here to play sports, not go to school. But yeah, no, she was supportive. After that, like, this ain't gonna happen no more.
Man, what was that first, like, welcome to college basketball moment that you had?
Welcome to college basketball.
That you just
moment.
be like, you was like, oh, I'm really here. Like, I'm really in college basketball.
So there was this girl, the best player I ever played against, named Maddie McIntyre. She was from Liberty Islo. She ended up going to Commerce, and that was in my conference, where she hit us for like 45. I'm like, dang. That was in high school. Just gonna travel. Just gonna keep
going.
keep going in college too. But no, I didn't have no like. I don't remember no like big moments. But I'm like, dang, they really gonna bust our ass for 40.
Nah, for real, that's 45.
Carrying on. I'm like, I don't want that on my resume. She still
What was she
busting
playing?
ass.
What,
She a point guard.
She a point guard?
That's the best player to this day I ever played against. My in her senior year at Liberty Islo, I was a sophomore or something like that. She was cold, and then still came in college and still in my conference. I'm like,
Goddamn.
I ain't no guard, so anyway, I had to guard her or nothing like that. But she was cold. But I'm like, dang, she's still coming up here, busting out.
At what point did you feel like I can do this? You probably didn't think about like where you ended your career at the beginning.
Nah.
Maybe you did, but at what point did you feel like, okay, I can really play at this level?
My freshman year, getting player of the week.
Okay.
I got player of the week like twice my freshman year, and then all of the fans, because basketball sports is a big thing in Tarleton, and so all of those fans would come up to me and be like, I signed my first autograph my freshman year, and so they were like, "You're really good," and I'm a freshman. So in my head, I'm like, I still got a long way to go too. So I can't even imagine how good I can be, but. Yeah. When did you learn? Cause you played three. How many years you
I
played?
played 4 years. I redshirted though. I was a walk-on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say probably like during that walk-on year when I was on scout team, so I was scrimmage against like the starters, and I was out there making plays and stuff. So I would say that's what gave me my confidence. But during that springtime, whenever I did get my fair shot, I was still like number 4 on the depth chart, but I wasn't expecting to really like play that upcoming season. But it was like it felt good just getting out there at practice.
Yeah.
And then it was one time, Coach Ray Richards, he came up to me. He was like, cause I got hit one time. He was like, "How you feel?" I said, "I feel good, Coach." Then he was like, "Man, I sure do root for the underdog." And I was like, "Oh, he been watching."
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and at that moment, like hearing it from the head coach, I was like, okay, they watching, like, they see it. And so I just knew if I can just stay consistent with the spring and then be here in the summertime, boom. So that's what I did, stay consistent during the spring. Summertime, it was probably like 3 people in my position that was there during the summertime. Then fall camp came, I was in like great shape, and I knew my plays. I somewhat knew my plays. Knew them plays, and then next thing you know, that first game came around. I was number 2 on the depth chart now. I think it was like the 3rd possession of that first game. The number 1 person that was on the depth chart, he was a senior. He tore his ACL. And it was like from that very first game on, I was starting. And it was like...
Oh, yeah, piggybacking off what you just said, when I knew that I was going places my junior year, though, 2 of my other teammates, my post players, one of them broke their finger, one of them tore their ACL, so it was just me. Not just me. I was like the main big, and so that year I went on. That's when I was 2-time All-America.
That junior year?
My junior year. So I had 1,000. They were like, you only got like this amount more points and rebounds to get 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds in my junior season. So that year was when I was like, I'm doing all this. I still got 1 more year to go. I'm like, well, now I might go overseas and stuff like that. I wasn't thinking about none of that until my junior year when I was getting all these accolades. And they didn't really mean nothing to me then. But now I'm like, that was crazy, some stuff that I was doing and all the accolades I got, that was crazy. But when it just reminded me when you said somebody tore your ACL, that year was when I got, like, I was averaging crazy.
I seen you in person. I said this too. I sat there. I said it's way too easy. You would hit him with that come right there.
Man, I had 1,000
It was
post
too
moves.
easy.
It was.
It was
I be
easy.
thinking like if I could only like shoot like these days the players nowadays they shooting they handling the ball like I didn't work on my game to do none of that stuff. So I always be like, dang, what if I would have had.
Could have handled the ball, shot the ball.
Man,
like, nah, for real.
I don't know what I would have been. And I am going back to what you said though. On the depth chart, you working though, like your work ethic, like you working, like that take you far.
Nah,
you
for
can
real.
be the hardest worker and not have that much talent, and you still gonna be out there because they know they can trust you because you gonna work hard. You gonna go the extra mile. You gonna get these 50-50 balls and all of that. So really that take you far.
Nah,
Work
for
ethic.
real. Nah, I seen you in action. I said, yeah, that's way too easy. Like you was so skilled, cause like that was the very first time I seen you in college. It was totally different. I mean, from high school.
Yeah.
Like you in high school, it was like bully, down low. You know, you make the layups and stuff like that. But in college, it's like your footwork.
Yeah. High school was just shoot a layup. Like I
Yeah.
didn't have no moves.
Yeah.
But going to college and playing all those seniors, those post players, I got a guard, and then they got to guard me. I learned a lot. I picked up a lot from them because by the time my junior year, I had.
Nah, I remember that. I'm telling you.
I had
I'm
all
telling
type
you.
of moves, and
I'm
it
telling
was.
you.
Think about it. It was easy, cause I knew for sure. I think my teammates did too. They knew if they gave me the ball right here at this block, I was gonna
It was
score
automatic.
for sure. Cause I ain't shooting no threes.
It was automatic.
No threes. Hated shooting a little mid range because I ain't work on it. But at the block, anywhere down there, I was for sure gonna bury him down there.
Nah, I remember I had brung. I came to Tarleton, and then I remember I think the Tarleton was the first game, and then I came to Commerce, and I brought my homeboy to come. I said, bro, you gotta come watch my homegirl, bro. Like, she really come.
So I could
bro.
not wait to go play Commerce. Commerce is like home. So I'm
Yeah,
like, when I go to
was.
Commerce, I'm
It
like,
was.
all my Pittsburgh people, y'all come
It
to this
was.
game, and I have a few of my friends show up there. Every Commerce game, I'm like, I gotta go off.
Nah, Commerce was live though.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
It was kind of like the trenches.
Yeah.
It's like the trenches at the games, but then my people there too. So I'm like, I gotta go off.
Nah, you did though. So I was like, and then when you got the, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, when you got the National Player of the Year,
That's my last year.
the last year, you got the National Player of the Year, I was like, dang, she was
Yeah, that was
really
crazy.
that cold.
That was crazy.
Like that solidified. I feel like that solidified like your legacy coming from where basically everything we done talked about.
Yeah.
And you being the best ladies basketball player, basically almost in the world at that point, like at the college level.
Yeah.
Like that was amazing. That was amazing.
When I think about it now, because I be explaining to people, like my students right now, I'll be like, go on Google. Like, they'll be like,
Go Google me.
go on
Nah, for
Google.
real.
And then I'll be explaining, I'm like, the nation, because I'll be like, this ain't led the nation in rebound. I'm like, do y'all know what the nation is? That I led the whole D2 in the United States. And so I'll be like, now, like I said, it didn't matter to me. Not it didn't matter. I didn't think about how important that was and how much that meant to me until my adult years. Because now I be finding myself, up until I was done, from 2014 to now, it ain't a day that went by that I don't think about basketball. It make me emotional because it's like I always had basketball to refer back to. Anything that's going on, my daddy went to prison, I could go hoop. My brother went to prison, I could go hoop. And so whenever that ended for me, it's like, what? I don't got nothing. Like, what do I have to do
what can you go do?
get my mind off of these things? So I be fighting for my life still up until I got the call for the Hall of Fame. I was like, maybe I can let it go. Because I be literally fighting for my life. Like, dang, I should have went and played overseas. I wonder how my life would have been like if I went overseas. Or why am I not still playing right now? Like, it's something that I still struggle with. Because, like, all my teammates, they been moved on. Like, whenever school was over in 2014, like, they doctors now. They doing all type of stuff. And it's like, in my head, I'm like, I'm at a standstill. Because that's all I knew. Basketball is all I knew growing up. And so it's like, what are you doing? What are you in my head? Like that, in my head. And so when I tell you it's a struggle for me, and I feel like that call for the Hall of Fame was the turning point. And I'm like, maybe maybe now I can let it go. Because I find myself like posting Throwback Thursdays every Thursday for me. Like, you were somebody. Like,
Nah, for
letting
real.
people know, like, you was one of them ones. But it's like, now I'm like, I don't got to do that no more. Like, I'm in the Hall of Fame. And so it's kind of like a weight lifted off my shoulder, I feel like. Because it's like, you solidified. Now you don't got to keep reminding people of what you did or what you used to do. Like, it's there. Like, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
And I feel like that helped me because I be like, it's a struggle. Like, it's been a struggle, and you would think like the older you get that it would just go away. Like, it don't. I'm like, dang, why nobody ever told
Nah,
me
it don't.
about this? Like, my daddy still to this day, I don't know, my daddy like 58. He's still gonna go on his phone and find articles from, it ain't no pictures or nothing, it's just words saying he scored 30 points here and there. So I'm like, I don't want to, at 58, I don't want to still be doing
He
that.
showed me one time.
He gonna keep, it's got old black and white newspaper, he gonna
Nah,
keep
for
going.
real. He showed me one time.
But yeah, I think that I needed that. Cause I'm in my head all day, every day, about being a has-been, and nobody ever talk about like when you done something for so long, the transition. Like, I feel like I need therapy.
Nah, real talk though. But I think to your point, like that's pretty normal for the
Why
transition.
nobody talk about it?
Don't
though?
nobody be talking about, because I went through the
Nobody
same
told
thing.
me.
I went through the same thing. Like, that period of time of when I had got, because I was on the All-State Good Works team, me and Tim Tebow and all of them. From that point, that was like the highest of my college career. After that, that mother went down. About 5 to 6 years. I'm trying to find, like, you had to be actively trying to find yourself. And that was
Yes.
like the hardest transition of my life.
I'm still going through it. Like, I started playing basketball at 20. I'm 33 right now. I played my last game at like 22. Like, it's been 11 years, and I'm still in that process. Like, people need to talk about that to help people out. Like, nobody talked about that to me, and it's rough still.
Only thing that really helped me, I would say, is just staying around the game somehow.
You posted something on Snap. You was working out in the gym like last month or something, and I can't remember verbatim, but you said something like, I feel my best when I'm
Working out, when I feel like an athlete.
When I feel like an athlete.
Yeah.
And I agree. Because I ain't doing the type of training, like, I ain't doing that, but I'll go to the gym. Like, I would rather, if I'm trying to lose weight or whatever I'm trying to do, I would rather be on a basketball court, like having my husband like put me through drills and something like that than going running a mile.
Yeah.
And so when you said that, it resonated with me. I'm like, that's the truth, because I'm fighting for my life still without it, but like,
I feel
you
you.
can still go. You can go shoot, because Chuck sometimes be like, what are you working on? What are you going to do? Like, you think you finna go back and play? Not knocking me, but
Yeah.
I'll be like, come throw me passes so I can do post moves. He's like, for
Saying you
what?
want to feel good.
But no, I agree with that. Like, I do feel my best. Like, the staff versus student game next month, they in trouble. They in trouble. I'm giving them 30. I'm giving them 30. I ain't lying.
She said she giving them 30. You been working out too, huh?
Every time I'm
yeah.
going to give them
Shoot.
work. But nah, it's
that's
a
funny.
struggle. But
It
like
is.
that call, that really that was the turning point for me.
So how did that call go? Like, you picked up the phone. Who gave
They
you the
called my
news?
mama. But let me back up real quick. So I didn't end my college career on good terms as far as the athletic department.
Okay.
So I never would think that, like, I knew I did a lot of things to be in the Hall of Fame, but just how it ended, I didn't think that they would put me in there because it ended bad.
I remember you telling me.
Yes. So my mama, it was one Wednesday. I was having a bad week. I ain't gonna lie. The school, it's a whole nother story. And education is rough. So I was having a bad week. And my mama FaceTimed me. I was doing tutoring. So I was at school. It's like 5:45. I was doing tutoring, and she FaceTimed me, and she was like, no, she sent me a voice message from the athletic director up there. She texted to me, then FaceTime me. She was like, call and see what they want. And so when I heard it, he was introducing himself, and I'm the athletic director or whatever at Tarleton State. I knew. Right then, when I heard that part, I'm like, this must be the Hall of Fame. I know I've been out 10 years because they won't induct you or even consider you till you've been done playing for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
At Tarleton, I don't know how it is everywhere else. But then when I called and he introduced himself, and then he was like, when was your last year? Like, when did you graduate? And I said the year, and he was like, yep, it's been over 10 years. And then he just started, he was just like, well, congratulations. You're going to be in our 2025 class, a Hall of Fame. Rock tears just started rolling down my face. I was in front of my students. My own 2 kids was there waiting on me to get out of tutor. And they were like, Mama, what's wrong with you? And I was just like, I've been waiting on this moment. Because I went through a lot to get to that moment. Like, I went through hell throughout school, then after school, just because of some dumb decisions that I made. Like, putting myself in bad decisions to where I had to fight back to, like, even be good, you know? And so I'm like, God is good, because I'm like, I didn't even think that I was going to get that call, but I ain't going to lie, for like 2 months after that, every time I thought about it, I cried, because it was like the journey.
Nah, for
People
real,
don't be
bro.
knowing, like, the journey. But yeah, that's how it went, and it's in 2 weeks. I got to do a speech, 3 to 5 minute speech.
You got it down?
No, I'm very nervous. I'm on AI. I'm on code.com, ChatGPT, trying to put my own. I'm trying to get it together, but that's people. I'll be finding myself trying to like explain to people how big it is, but it's like I can't.
You can't.
They don't. I shouldn't have to. Like, I shouldn't have to explain, but it's like I felt, when I first got the call, I felt like people, like, I'm like, that's a high honor. Like, why I ain't getting the praise? But it's not about that. Like, I know what I went through. I know what it mean to me, and that's all that's all that matter, really. But it is the best honor I could ever get as an athlete. And so I'm excited about it. I'm excited to have my people there. Yeah.
You deserve it.
I appreciate
Nah,
it.
for real though, like everything that we just talked about up to this point, like that's an amazing story.
I appreciate it.
You
And it
should
ain't even a
embrace it.
half. Like, it's, everybody go through stuff. I
Mhm.
feel like everybody have, spots in their life where it was rough for them, but I feel like you keep going. You keep going, you get better. You learn to cope better and stuff, because I'm still, like, my brother in prison is the only thing I'm missing in my life. So it's like, he's not going to be there at my Hall of Fame induction. There's so many things that I'm like, that's the only thing missing in my life. And so, yeah, it's been a journey. And so until you sit down and tell every part of your journey, it's not going to mean that much to the other people. And so, I mean, that's why I wanted to talk about, like, just different parts today, because it be hard. Like, life be life, and then
No, for real.
you get a moment where you get a call that you getting inducted to the Hall of Fame, where you're like, dang, it's worth it. Like, all this that I've been through, that make it worth it.
They really do, man. Yeah, I'm proud of you though, for real. Like,
Thank you.
I really am. But let's talk about, like, you and Chuck, man. Like, y'all met in college. Like, when I watch, and I told Chuck this, when I watch Chuck play, it's just, he's so intense with his game. And, like, I don't know if he got springs in his legs or what, but he, like, be jumping. I watched him play 2 times, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, he just be jumping out the gym, and he got that dog in him.
He do. And number one, you said it. Like, everybody ain't dogs. Like, everybody not gonna go out there and every single minute, every possession, give it they all on both sides. Like,
He is.
and that ain't something that you can teach. So y'all teach y'all kids to be dogs at the end of the day. But that's number one. Number two, his work ethic. Like, he's 33. He's still playing like he did at 21. Like, he's gonna go work out every single morning. He's gonna go shoot an hour and a half before practice every morning, and then still go practice. Like, his work ethic is unmatched, and I never had that. Like, I wish I had that, because, like, still right now, he can get up, get out the bed, I'm finna go run a mile, and I'm not. I'm gonna stay laying down, but I just wish that I had that. Like, it's not in everybody.
It's not.
It's not. And everybody ain't disciplined, I'm not. But that's That's the main two things. It's work ethic, and he's just a dog.
You think like his upbringing? I don't really know a whole lot,
Yeah.
but like his upbringing kind of built him into becoming that player, that human.
Yeah, I do. Just like a little snippet that he shared with me, and that I know for sure. Like, I'm talking about my upbringing. His upbringing is way, way. I ain't gonna say way worse. Like, I have my mama and my daddy. He didn't have his mama and his daddy, and so to still go play AAU basketball, still find rides, to have people take you in, and still do it right now to this day, it shows the people who believed in you, and it shows that you believe in you. And so, yeah, I do think that they play a huge role in where he is today. But I'm proud. I'm proud of him, because in that environment that I see right now that he grew up in, it's no way he should have made it out of
That's
that.
amazing.
So yeah, I know I wouldn't have been able to. Like, he, that's gang culture in Fort Worth, on top of drug culture, on top of, you got to make a way. If you don't have nobody to help you, you got to try to do it on your own. And so I ain't never experienced not knowing where I'm going, not knowing where I'm gonna sleep, not knowing where I'm gonna eat, what I'm gonna eat.
Mhm.
Like, I never experienced that, and he did. Like,
Damn.
a whole, like, elementary, middle school, high school. Not saying he don't have nobody there. Like, he always talk about, he had his granny and he got his auntie. But as far as, like, your parents, like, just from their own whatever they were going through, or whatever, they had to make a way. But yeah, he a dog.
That's an amazing story too,
Yeah.
man.
He needed to tell his own. Yeah, he needed to tell his own.
He invited me to
story.
a game. I need to check out the schedule, man. I need to go out there.
Yeah, and winning means something. Losing means something, and winning means something to him, and to me too. Cause, like, I think back to, like, Little League sports. There was so many parents, like, after the game, after they lose, they'd be like, "Oh, you did your best." Look, no,
Man, I'm
I
trying to
don't
win.
care. What y'all, like, my mom and daddy never told me after we lost that as long as you did your best. Not saying that's not how it's supposed to be. They never was like, winning don't matter. If it didn't matter, it wouldn't be a scoreboard up here. Like,
I'll
if
put
it
the
didn't matter,
scoreboard
so
up there.
no, I'm not playing out here to go get ice cream because I did my best. No. So I carry that mindset all with me. Like, I don't want to lose. I hate the feeling. So I want to win. So, like Chuck, he's going to play as hard as he can every single game on both sides, because I don't want to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not no loser.
Not at all. Not at all. So, like, the kids, man, like, they got the pedigree from both sides. Like, are y'all starting? I know they're bigger than just athletes, but athletically, are y'all seeing those glimpses of, like, what they can kind of grow into?
Yeah, my kids one just turned 6 and one about to be 8 next month, and my 6-year-old Cam, her first year in basketball was this year, and it was a disaster at first. But I blame, like, we could have been working on it. Like, up there, they working their kids out at 5 years old, starting out, like, every year, like, I was just waiting on basketball season to come, and then we'll work on it. To be good, you got to already be working on it. You got to be building those skills. But I see it in both of them already. It's just a matter of us me and Chuck doing our job. But it's hard because he's still playing. So our situation is hard. When I think back, my mama and daddy weren't still playing no sports. So they could be there. They could take us to the practices and be at the games. But it's like, I don't want to put them in anything that I ain't gonna be there for. So he said this might be his last year and he gonna retire. I don't know, but when he do, then we can be all 100% for them and what they want to do. And it don't sound fair. It don't sound. You know what I'm saying? It don't sound fair because they want to do gymnastics and soccer. They want to do so many things right now. It's just like, I can't. I know for sure I ain't gonna be able to be in both places with you while he's still doing what he doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I be watching them videos. You be posting them. I was like, I see it. I see
Yes,
it.
there. They need work.
I see it.
They
though.
need a lot of work, but they hate losing. That's the start.
That is a start. Nah, for
If
real.
you care about losing and you want to win, then everybody ain't got that.
That is a start. That is a start, man. So, but I appreciate everything that you've shared. You've opened up. Before we go, though, I did have a few questions, kind of like this or that. So, all right, we'll start with. All right, let's go. Miami or Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico. I ain't even been, but Puerto Rico.
I've
I've been in
to
Miami.
Puerto Rico.
I've been in Miami so many times. I'm gonna say Puerto Rico. 'Cause
Puerto Rico. Yeah, I can't wait to go to Puerto Rico. Let's go. Basketball or volleyball?
Basketball, anything.
Tacos or barbecue?
Tacos.
For real?
Tacos. My daddy barbecue so much.
He did.
I
That's why I
don't
was
eat nothing on the bone either though. So I eat the links and the brisket and stuff like that. Like I don't eat chicken on the bone. I don't eat
Why
nothing.
none of y'all eat chicken on the
I
bone?
don't want no gray streams by the bone,
The
blood.
red, the
I
maroon. I feel you.
can't stand it.
I
No,
feel
no
you,
bone.
man. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Nowadays, I say morning person.
Morning person?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm too. I ain't you going to bed. I can't stay out that long no more. We old. I don't know about you, but I feel old sometimes.
I have my moments though. Let's see. Gatorade or Powerade?
Gatorade.
Okay. Women's college basketball or the WNBA?
Now I'm gonna go WNBA.
For real?
Now
Now.
it's lit nowadays. Now we couldn't pay nobody. Nobody
Nah,
else
for
couldn't
real.
pay nobody to watch women's sports. Period. College on TV watching them college or WNBA, but nowadays it's a whole different story. People
Yeah.
is locked in.
They are. I love that college basketball.
Nah, I'm gonna go WNBA now.
What about pre-transfer portal? Or existing?
Pre-transfer portal, because people just going places.
They are.
That's messing up
They
the
are.
game to me.
They are.
Like when I was in school, to even transfer D1 to D2, you had to sit out a year.
You did.
Like dang, I could go play for 5 different places. It's ruining.
So
the game.
let's say, after that junior year, you put up those numbers that you did. Say, South Carolina,
Whew,
pull up on you. They drop a bag on
I'm
you.
gone. I'm gone.
They drop a bag on you because you already done proven yourself for
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
So now it's like just go to another level.
Nah, I'm gone for sure.
And then you got a red shirt here too left.
That's different. We talking about 12 years ago. But now when you say South Carolina, that made me think about we played Baylor.
I remember y'all played Brittany Griner. What was
First of
that
all, Brittany didn't play.
Oh, okay.
But walking you through it, it was a text. Our coach texted us. I remember this just like it was yesterday. He said, "We're playing Baylor. This is for real." So I'm like, got with my teammates. Like, no, he playing. Like, no. Then we start in practice. We start like scout team pretending to be Brittany Griner and all of that. Like, I'm like, oh, we really about to play them. This for real. So
How can you simulate Brittany Griner?
no, that was just like act like you. Here's the ball up here. What are you gonna like? We just tried to like. I don't know. It wasn't gonna work. Whatever it was, it wasn't gonna work. But we got there to the game, and walking into the gym, she was there shooting a free throw. I swear to God, I walked in. She shot a free throw, missed the free throw, hit the back of the rim, grabbed the rebound, and two-handed in warm-ups. But we didn't know she wasn't playing then. So right then, walking in, I was terrified. I ain't gonna lie. But then I could see the difference in D1 and D2 that day. Like they beat the shit out of us. They beat the dog shit out of us. They won by like 60. They beat us by like 60, and I had a double-double. I had 23 and 12 still.
Oh, you had 23-12?
23 and 12. So I remember then I was like, dang, I wonder if I could
could.
play D1, and everybody was like, you had a double-double? My brother was there. Kendall was playing. Where was he? No, he wasn't there. But he had people pull up like some of his teammates that was still playing at Baylor then. He had them pull up, and they were like, "No, your sister went off," because Brittany didn't play, but it was still some solid bigs like Brooklyn Pope. I played Brooklyn Pope. She from Fort Worth, but she played at Baylor. Like, they were still cold without her. And I can just remember my point guards dribbling the ball up. Bro, Odyssey had like 10 steals. Like, we could not get past half court most of the time. It was brutal.
How you end up with the 23 and 12 then?
I don't know. I went crazy.
Was it like off the rebounds or like?
No, I was making moves. Like, it was,
yeah.
like, no, I was playing how I normally play. But it wasn't enough.
Nah, it wasn't enough.
That wasn't enough.
But to have that 23 and 12, though, that's
Yeah.
still impressive.
It
though.
was.
Like, I mean, the moment wasn't too. Although you got that first interaction when you first walked in, you seen Brittany Griner, you was still ready for that moment.
I was, but had she played, I wouldn't have had 23 and 12.
You don't know.
Nah, I was just gonna block. Just gonna send my stuff.
You
to
don't
the
know what would
stand.
have
Nah,
happened,
I
though.
don't know.
You don't know
but-
what would have happened. Like, that probably would have elevated. Like, you would have had to figure it. I feel like she may have blocked, first few, and it's like, all right, dang, how do I, you would have that adjustment.
Yeah.
And then I ain't saying you put 23 up against her, but I'm just saying, like, you do go and do that. Like, who knows?
Yeah. That was a crazy experience too, though. Like, the just being in the gym, like how big it was, how many people was there. Like, that was a crazy experience, and it never happened again. We ain't played no D1. Then my senior year, we ain't played no D1, none of that after that.
For real. Nah, but that's what's up, man. Like I said, I greatly appreciate you coming in. Is there anything else you would like to share with the audience before? Not
really. I'm looking forward to the induction. I also just got Teacher of the Year, which is the ceremony is the same day. It's May 3rd.
How you gonna do that?
I'm not. I'm going to the Hall of Fame. So, no, I just found out about that like 2 weeks ago.
Dang.
So, they're both important to me, but one obviously is way more important. But, yeah, stay tuned. It's lit, May 3rd. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, other than that, no. What about you?
I would just like to say, if you're watching this and you're from East Texas, small town, rural kid, underdog, no matter what background you come from, living proof. You can go and do great things still in life, and you can become successful. It's all about your mindset. It's all about accepting the support that you may have in front of you, using the resources and the tools that you may have. Not saying it has to be what so-and-so has over here or abundance over there, but just use the resources and the tools that you have in front of you, and like continue to elevate and continue to think, where can I take it to the next level? And I feel like you're gonna be all right. So
we also need to do we need to do a camp, like something in Pittsburgh or East Texas or something like that too. I want to say free, but
yeah,
like,
I feel you.
To drop some knowledge. Like, I've been wanting to do that, and I feel like there's people here. Like, there's a lot of people who grew up the same way we grew up and then made it out that can drop some gems on just how they did it, how we did it, because it ain't easy.
It's not.
So,
although we make it look easy, it's not easy. All right. So y'all stay tuned for the next one. Hey, you killed that one though.
For real?
You did. Like your storytelling, I'm like, dang.
How it sound?
Good. Yeah.
Like her storytelling, like on a whole nother level, because like she going like in depth and she remembers like the details of who was there, how is this and this and that.
How would you say it? Like raw?
Yeah, it was. But that's what she wanted too.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
It didn't sound like scripted or like you held back.
Yeah.
Nah, that
Sounded
was
kind of
dope.
natural.
You killed it. So what we'll do is we'll take the video, upload it. Man, we probably got like 35 good quality reels, clips that you can use. So